The Atlantic Path project is a vitally important study. It's a large-scale study that will recruit volunteers from all across Canada. It is important for Atlantic Canadians to be involved in the Atlantic Path study because it's a way for us to have our genetic makeup to be part of this so that we better understand the cancers that affect Atlantic Canadians. Well, Atlantic Path is unique in that it is a large cohort study. So it means that we will be following patients that don't have the disease. We'll be following them for many, many years, perhaps decades. And it'll provide us the opportunity to see the disease at its earliest stages. So that is something that for individual research groups like Atlantic Cancer Research Institute or others to conduct those types of studies, given the scope that is involved. So it is a study that will lead to many, many more studies subsequently. Well, as a researcher, it's very important to be involved in our research, of course, but also to be a good partner for other research programs that are going forward. And this, I mean, it's obvious the scope of this study is so important for us to participate. So as an individual and as a researcher, I think it's vitally important that I show support for this very ambitious and probably a study that we'll look back on in future generations and say we understand this disease better because of Atlantic Path. There are very unique aspects of a cohort study that this data collection will allow us to do. When we talk about early detection of cancer, it is sometimes serendipitously we will find cancer early, but most of the times we'll find it at later stages. So being able to track this disease as it emerges, as these first events that lead to the cancer are happening, we will be able to get samples that are representative of those very early stages. There are also other aspects of a large cohort study that will take into account environmental factors, genetic factors that in a smaller scale study, these are very difficult to obtain in numbers that are significant. So really the power of the numbers in a large cohort study like Atlantic Path are going to be extremely useful going forward. So this gives us an opportunity to follow these volunteers over time, and if unfortunately they do develop cancer, we can go back into the previous samples that they provided under the study and see if there was anything there that we could identify at a very early stage. Now, that can be important for the patient that is participant in the study because they will be followed very closely, of course, but it will be very important for future generations because it'll give us, hopefully, the tools that we'll need to identify at-risk populations and identify perhaps better early detection tools that'll help us, eventually beat this disease.